Hello, a very good afternoon to all the incoming freshmen. All right, a very warm welcome and glad to see all of you here this afternoon for the online session for the Pharmaceutical Science program. So my name is Yao Wai Ping. You may call me Prof. Yao or Dr. Yao. I am the Deputy Head for Education for Undergraduate Matters with the Department of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Science. In addition, I am also the Department Coordinator for the Internship UPIP for PHS students, as well as the Student Exchange Program Coordinator for PHS students as well. So on behalf of all my colleagues, all right, teaching the pharmaceutical science program, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you, all right, as you embark on your journey with us. I'm sure that all of you will be very excited, right, to start your undergraduate journey come August. So in today's session, I would like to give you a briefing on the program itself, all right? Some of the important points for you to take note as you start your undergraduate journey, right? My session today would be focused really for students in the primary major program. But if you are here because you are interested, right, in considering pharmaceutical science as a second major or a minor, all right, please drop me a message, all right, in the chat so that I'm aware, all right? So if there are any questions later on, or if there's time, I can also bring up some of the points for you to note if you are considering a second major or minor in pharmaceutical science. Okay, so as a pharmaceutical science student, right, we will equip you with a firm foundation in bioorganic and medicinal chemistry, as well as in human medical sciences. Right? In addition, you will gain depth of knowledge and understanding of the intricacies of the pharmaceutical industry from the courses within the pharmaceutical science niche, which are delivered by our team of professors and industry lecturers. On top of that, our program will equip you with life skills and experiential learning opportunities that will maximize your employability in diverse careers within and beyond the pharma industry when you graduate. So as a visual to help you with your 4-year undergraduate learning journey with us, here is a sample study plan that shows you the scheduling of courses in the CHS common curriculum, which are shaded in green, right? The pharmaceutical science major program courses shaded in beige and outlined in red over here, as well as the unrestricted elective space, all right, that are shaded in blue, right? So for the primary major program in pharmaceutical science, there are 15 courses, all right, which will give you an idea here, all right, based on the course titles, all right, on the topics that will be taught. The knowledge is carefully scaffolded, all right, from a basic foundation of drug action to deeper levels of drug design to drug formulation, as well as drug regulation. So our comprehensive pharmaceutical science program would equip you with a broad range of technical knowledge and skills across pharmaceutical science, in addition to the foundations gained in the classroom learning. All right. So there are also many experiential opportunities, all right, including internships, undergraduate research programs, and overseas exchanges that would enrich your education and which I would share with you later on. Okay. Right. At this point, I have received a message that students cannot hear. Is everyone able to hear me? Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Great. Okay, so this would be the sample study plan, all right? And this is available to all of you. Later on, I will share with you where you can find the sample study plan for your planning purpose. Okay, at this point, what you would be most concerned about, I believe, all right, would be your first year with us. All right. So as you start, all right, with us, okay, come August, right, you will be pre-allocated the PHS Gateway course, which is PHS 1101. All right. In addition, the college would also pre-allocate you, all right, with the CHS Common Curriculum courses, all right, first three courses here in your year one, semester one. All right. Of course, you would have some space, all right, for you to take an unrestricted elective. All right. So, what you would like to take would really depend on your own interest. All right. If there are students who are considering a second major or a minor in any other programs, it would be a good opportunity for you to actually take on their gateway course, all right, to see if you would be interested, all right, to pursue a second major or a minor in your other program of interest. Okay, so this would be for your year one, semester one. All right. So in your year one, semester two, all right, you will also be reading one PHS course, all right, that is PHS 2102, that will also be pre-allocated to you in your year one, semester two. On top of that, the college will also pre-allocate you with another three, all right, CHS common curriculum courses as well. Okay, so those that I have boxed out in blue would be the courses that will be pre-allocated to you, right? But just a point to note is that if there are tutorials, okay, for any of these six CHS common curriculum courses that are pre-allocated for you, you would still need to bid for tutorial groups yourself. Okay, so do take note, all right, to check out the tutorial group timetables and find the tutorial group timings that will best fit your timetable schedule, right? Okay, so this would be for your year one, right? And I'll just like to share with you, all right, in the next two slides, all right, the teaching team that you would be meeting, all right, in your year one, semester one, PHS 1101. Right, Dr. Donovan Neo would be the course coordinator who will be teaching you together with Dr. Cheng Hui Ting and Prof. Rachel E. All right, so you'll be meeting them very soon, all right, come August. Okay, so in year one, semester two, all right, that is in PHS 2102, you'll be meeting Prof. Chu Ing Hui, who is the course coordinator, as well as Dr. Donovan Yeo, whom you will be seeing in PHS 1101 as well, and also Dr. Tian Chong. Right, so these will be your teaching teams, all right, for the PHS courses for your year one, semester one, and year one, semester two. Okay, so in addition to the academic staff who will be teaching you, all right, you will also be meeting all your classmates. All right, so in the pharmaceutical science program, you will be grouped into teams, all right, for team-based learning. These are teams, all right, where you would really grow together and learn to work together, all right, and support one another throughout your course. All right. So in your respective teams, right, you will be working on problems together during the collaborative learning workshops, which we also call CLWs in short, or also known as tutorials. Right? So this would be the sessions where you will be given problems by the professors, all right, and you can work together in teams, all right, to solve those problems, right? Of course, there will be lectures which we call interactive classes or ICs, all right, in our program. So it will not be just purely didactic lectures, but there will be interactive components during the classes, all right, such as short activities in class or polls, all right, for you to be actively engaged in your learning during these sessions. Of course, outside of classroom, All right. Students would also be expected, all right, to do your own revision. You may also be given some e-learnings before the classes, all right, for you to read up, all right, as some background and foundations before you come in better prepared for class, right? So this would be the learning activities, all right, in the classes. So I would also like to share with you, all right, in terms of your workload so that you can be better prepared. All right. So in the university, each course, all right, is measured in units. All right. So one unit is equivalent to 2.5 hours of work, be it lectures, tutorials, practical labs, assignments, projects, e-learning, and self-preparation or revision time every week. All right. So typically, a course is usually 4 units. All right. And therefore would require 10 hours of your effort every week. Right. So within the PHS program, each course, all right, is 4 units, all right, and the class time, which I'm referring to the scheduled time, all right, in the timetable where you come in for classes, is typically 4 to 5 hours per week. All right, so generally there will be 1 2 hour interactive class or lecture, all right, and then 1 2 or 3 hour collaborative learning workshop or tutorial. Okay, so these are for the PHS courses in general, all right, except for two lab-based courses, PHS 2191, which you would do in your year two, and PHS 3191, which you will do in your year three, which would involve 8 hours per week because there is a 2 hour class and then a 6 hours per week hands-on practical session. All right. Okay, so if you're talking about a general PHS course, all right, especially when you're coming in your first year for your PHS 1101, PHS 2102, all right, so you would expect, all right, to spend, all right, 10 hours of effort every week for each course. Okay, so class time is about 4 to 5 hours per week in person class time. So that means that you would need to spend about 5 to 6 hours of effort every week during your own time, all right, to prepare for class. Okay. This could be in the form of e-learning, or you would be working on assignments, projects, and so on. All right, so this is to set your expectation of the amount of workload for yourself. Okay, so you may see that the timetable seems to be, quite manageable. All right, the in-person class time may not be a lot. All right, but you would need to actually dedicate and plan out for yourself. All right, how much time you need. All right, to put in for outside of timetable hours for your own self-preparation, e-learning, assignments, and projects. Okay, so on average, okay, each student would take about 20 units, all right, of courses each semester. That is the typical workload. All right, so over here on this slide, all right, I would like to show you the PHS curriculum together with the university and college requirements as well as the unrestricted elective space. So for the PHS curriculum, you would be requiring to complete at least 60 units, all right? And then for the college requirements, at least 52 units, and for your unrestricted elective space for the 8 units, that would be a total of at least 160 units, all right, for graduation. Of course, all right, you're more than welcome, all right, to go beyond 160 units if there are additional courses that you would like to read, all right, on top of your minimum graduation requirements. Okay. I would also like to highlight, all right, in the footnote, okay, this is also a very important graduation requirement that you would need to fulfill. right? So to graduate with a major in pharmaceutical science, students must have read and passed at least one of the following. Okay, the first is PHS 3288 or PHS 3288R. This is actually the Europe's program. All right. Or you can choose to do PHS 4288, which is the final year research project. And these can be double counted towards the primary major elective requirement. Alternatively, you can choose to do internships in the form of UPIP, all right, which I'll share more with you. This would be counted under your unrestricted elective space, or those who would like to pursue a NUS Overseas Colleges program, okay, known as NOC, all right, they will also have internships, all right, courses within that program, and you could also use that, all right, to fulfill this particular requirement. All right. So this particular requirement is what we would call, all right, the internship or research project requirement. Okay, so do take note of this requirement that you would need to fulfill before you can graduate. Okay, all right. So I would like to elaborate a little bit more on how you can fulfill, all right, this particular internship or research graduation requirement. Okay, so over here on this particular slide, all right, you can see that the boxes shaded in green, okay, this would be the UPIP courses in the special term. All right, so students can choose, all right, to do UPIP in any of the special terms. All right, if you want to do more than one UPIP, you are more than welcome as well. All right. But do you need to do in every term? No. Okay, not necessary. Okay. All right. So these are just to indicate to you which are the semesters where you can do a special term or summer UPIP. All right. Okay, if you would like to have a longer UPIP, all right, in special term, it is, typically about um 3 months maximum, all right, or at least 10 weeks, okay? But if you would like a longer internship experience, you could, all right, undertake a semester long UPIP, which is shaded in orange here, okay, over the semester. Okay, I have indicated that you could do it in your year 3 semester 2 or year 4 semester 2 for our pharmaceutical science major program students, because this would be the semesters where you have a bit more flexibility, all right, to really pursue an internship, okay, without having to be concerned about having to fulfill your courses, all right, as there is some flexibility, all right, over there. Okay, so for students who perhaps, all right, may not really wish to do an internship but would prefer to do research, all right, because if that's your cup of tea, all right, then you can consider fulfilling your Europe's project, all right, okay. Europe's project can be a semester long, all right, or it can be year long. All right. Okay, so you can choose to do Europe's, all right, as early as year 2 special term, all right, or in your year 3 semester 1, or in your year 3 semester 2, or even in year 3 special term. Okay, students who may want to do year long can also do that. All right. Okay, so these are the possible times that you can pursue a Europe's, right? Okay, or if you would prefer to do a research project, okay, a final year research project, especially for those, all right, who have plans to pursue higher studies, all right, if you're planning to do a master's by research in the future or even a PhD in the future, then you should, all right, you should, okay, undertake a final year research project, which is in your fourth year. Okay. Right. So there is also opportunity, all right, if you would like to pursue NOC. All right. So now NOC, all right, can be 3 months in duration that you could undertake in special term. All right, or you could do it as a semester long, okay, and the space for you to go for this would be in year 3 semester 2. All right. Okay. If you would like to have a year-long NOC experience, then of course you can do that. All right. After your year three, but be prepared. All right, that you would need to delay graduation by a year. All right. If you want like to take that 1 year out for a year-long NOC. Okay. All right, so those in boxed in red, all right, are the different options, okay, for you to fulfill this internship or research graduation requirement. Okay, so you can just choose to do one of them, all right, or you can choose to do more than one of them. Okay, so you can start thinking and plan ahead, all right, as you go along. Okay, so students who wish to do a semester overseas student exchange, all right, you can also do that. And again, all right, the semester for pharmaceutical science students to do that would be in year three, semester two. And I've boxed it in blue. This is really optional, okay? And it would typically fulfill courses in your unrestricted elective space, and students can opt to do this. All right, so this is an option. All right, it's not part of the graduation requirement. Okay. So every student's pharmaceutical science journey is going to be unique, all right? Other than the PHS primary major courses, which all of you would need to fulfill, all right? The rest, okay, in terms of the unrestricted elective space, is really for you to explore depending on your own interest, right? Okay, so students can choose to use your unrestricted elective space for pursuing a second major or a minor, or just using that space, all right, to do different unrestricted electives courses to pursue your own interest and also to help you, all right, in your future career aspirations. All right, so how you want to plan out your own adventure, all right, will depend on yourself. Okay, and we are here to guide you. If you have any questions or if you would like to bounce ideas with us to see if your plan, your study plan would work and so on, we are here to help you. All right, so do feel free to reach out to us. Okay, so we talked about flexibility in learning. Okay, so there are various options. You would have heard earlier this morning, all right, that there will be a new second major and minor in computing for the sciences. All right, so this could be something that you may wish to consider. All right, there is also a new minor in health, well-being, and society offered by the Department of Sociology and Anthropology from FASS as well. All right, for those of you who may be interested. Okay, and of course, there are many other minors and second majors. All right, and what I've listed here are just some examples. All right, this is not a comprehensive list. All right, for a comprehensive list, all right, you may refer to the office of the university registrar, where you can see the full list of different minors and second majors that you can consider, all right, if you are interested. Okay. So if you are planning for any of these, all right, it will be good to consider taking the gateway course, all right, for those minor or second major, all right, during your first or second year, okay, so that you can decide, all right, if you want to continue pursuing that. Right, there are also many different other programs such as the special program in science, all right, and there will be a briefing later on at 2:30, all right, so you can go find out more for those who are interested in research. Okay, there are study abroad programs including SEP, which I've mentioned earlier to you. All right, there are also short overseas programs like the summer winter programs and so on, okay, that you could also consider. All right, I've also briefly mentioned about UPIP just now. All right, and then for the research, I've also mentioned that. All right, in addition to Europe's and the final year research project, for those who may want to have an overseas research experience, all right, the faculty also has the Science Overseas Summer Research Program that you can consider during your summer as well. Okay, so there's really a lot of options, okay, like a wide array of buffet options for you, okay, to plan out your undergraduate journey. Okay, so of course, what comes with flexibility would be responsibility and good planning on your part. Okay, so as your primary major department, the PHS major is planned for you. Everything else, all right, your second major, minor, unrestricted elective space, and the options like overseas programs, etc., would require your own input. All right, no one can tell you what is best for you. All right, you will need to ask yourself what you would like to achieve, all right, or attain in your undergraduate journey. All right. Okay, some options may take extra effort to make them work. For example, if you want to go for student exchange, all right, you will need to do some homework. You also need to put in applications and so on. All right. Some options maybe are not obvious to begin with. All right. For example, okay, research opportunities. Sometimes they may come your way and you may not be sure at this point if this is something you want to do. But along the way, perhaps you may want to explore to see if that is your cup of tea. All right, so you can be open and consider different options that come your way. All right, there may be also new minors and so on that may also be offered subsequently that you can consider. Okay, so you would need to take an active step in charting out your own study plan. All right. Of course, I would like to just remind all of us that there is a cost for every course you take. All right, time. All right, it takes effort to do it well. All right, if you would like to do, an overseas program or NOC, etc., you need to spend the time. All right, especially for those who want to go for a year long. All right, money. Okay, it will literally cost you something, especially if you want to go overseas for exchange, for internship, all right, for research attachment. Okay, opportunity. All right, all of us only have 24 hours a day. All right, so of course, if you want to do something, you might have to give up something else. All right, okay, so um, do plan. All right, and decide on what you would like to do. Okay, but I'd like to just also remind all of us that in university, all right, we will also hope that you would have a good student life balance in college, not just on your studies itself, but also enjoy, all right, the student life that undergraduate campus life would offer you. Okay, so do participate in the various activities on campus, including the NUS Pharmaceutical Society activities, which our pharmacy and pharmaceutical science students are part of. All right, so you will be assigned to one of the five houses as well. All right, and there will be different house activities. So do participate in this to enrich your student life, network with your peers, all right, and they would be your comrades, all right, and your colleagues in the future, okay, when you go out to work. At this point, I would like to bring to your attention, okay, for the orientation week, all right, in the week of 4th of August, the department has planned a week of academic orientation week program for all of you to better prepare all of you for your start of university education. All right, attendance is compulsory, all right, and this would include opportunities for you to meet all the academic staff, all right, be introduced to your assigned mentors, okay, be introduced to your classmates. There will also be a library session where invited librarians will share with you the different facilities, resources that are available to you to help you get a head start, all right, with all the resources that can help you with your assignments and project works. Okay, so these are important. All right, you will also be introduced to your respective teams, whom you'll be working very closely with throughout your PHS courses. All right, and of course, there will also be important lab safety briefing, all right, as well as a lab safety test that you would need to pass, all right, during the session before you can start with any lab work, all right, for your courses. All right, so do take note, all right, of the emails that will be coming your way, all right, on this important information. Okay, but at this point in time, do block out and indicate on your own calendar that the week of 4th of August, there will be compulsory academic orientation activities, all right, from Monday to Wednesday. Okay, right? And a few important persons that you would need to know, all right, besides myself that you can approach, all right. Prof. Christina Chai is the PHS Program Director, and you will get to meet with her, all right, during the orientation week itself, all right. So she will be also able to advise you, all right, on academic study plans, all right, or discussion, on career planning and so on. Okay, additionally, all right, Miss Adrina Liu and Miss Brenda Tan, our department undergraduate admin colleagues, all right, whom you would be hearing from, all right, with regards to emails about course registration, about the upcoming orientation activities, and so on. Okay, so do look out for their emails, all right, and if you have any questions and inquiries, you can also write to Miss Liu or Miss Brenda, okay, for advice, all right, with regards to administrative matters. Okay, all right. Lastly, all right, I would also like to share with you, all right, that I have created for your class, okay, a Canvas folder. All right. So Canvas is the learning management system that you would be able to get access to, all right, for all your courses. So I have created this PHS class of 2029 Canvas folder for you, where we will be sending out some announcements as well, which will also go to your NUS email. All right. And currently in this particular folder, all right, I have uploaded the curriculum information, including the course table, the sample study plan that you saw earlier, all right, some study plan templates, all right, Excel file where you can actually fit in, all right, courses and plan for yourself, all right, as well as the course descriptions for your reference as well. Okay, so you would be able to get access to this Canvas folder. All right, so you can start looking at it. And of course, today's session, the slides, I will also upload it into this Canvas folder. And the recording for today, I will also put it up as well so that you would be able to review them again later on. All right, if you missed anything, all right, during the presentation. Okay, so at this point, all right, this is all I have for the sharing for the PHS primary major. Okay, and I'll be happy to take any questions if any one of you have any questions for me, right? Okay, I think I saw some questions in the chat. Okay, so I think the questions are mainly for students who are interested in second major and minor, right? Okay, so for PHS second major and minor, all right, I would like to mention that both are actually restricted second major and minor, meaning that you will need to apply for our second major or minor, okay, for those who are majoring in other programs. Okay, so to do that, all right, you would first need to take our gateway course, all right, PHS 1101, all right, either in the first semester or the second semester. Okay, so for all primary major PHS students, all right, you will be pre-allocated in the first semester. There will be some vacancies for students who are interested in taking the PHS 1101 as a gateway course in consideration of pursuing a second major or minor in farm science. Okay, all right. If the allocated or the vacancies, all right, are oversubscribed, you can always take PHS 1101 in semester two. Okay, we also offer it in semester two. Okay, all right. So for second major, all right, do take the gateway course, all right, latest by the second semester of your year one, all right, because you will need to apply for the second major latest by then. All right. Okay, so do register to read the gateway course either in your year one semester one or year one semester two. All right, and this would be the requirements. So we will be looking at your results for PHS 1101 in addition to your H2 or HL chemistry, all right, pre-U, all right, as well as your GPA standing by the time of your application. Okay. For those who are considering a minor in pharmaceutical science, again, please register to take the gateway course, PHS 1101. For minor application, you have a little bit more leeway. All right, so you can apply for the PHS minor by the end of fourth semester, meaning at the end of year two, semester two. All right, so you have a little bit more runway to take the gateway course, all right, in your year one or year two if you are interested in the minor. All right. Okay, so hope this answer all the questions pertaining to the second major or minor in pharm science. Okay, so I have a few more questions here, right? Okay, for freshmen, right, in semester one, you have a maximum of 23 units. Okay, would the English, all right, for academic purpose count under the 23 units? Yes, I believe it would count under the 23 units. Okay, this is to help students, freshmen coming in, all right, in the first semester to really, get accustomed to the undergraduate learning so that you will not be too overwhelmed. All right, okay. Right. Okay, so I have another question here. May I check if there is a fixed list of partner universities PHS students can choose from for SEP and also a fixed set of courses we can map for SEP? All right, good question. Okay, so for SEP, all right, not to worry. At this point in time, I would be giving the whole class a briefing before the start of your year two to brief you about SEP application. At this point in time, yes, there is a list of partner universities that the university and the faculty would have, all right, agreements with, and the number of places that is allocated for students under Faculty of Science would be indicated at the start of each year's application cycle. All right, so there will be this list, all right, for you to choose from, all right, and to see which ones are the universities that you may want to do. Okay, so in terms of courses that you can map, all right, generally students can map courses, all right, that are actually offered in NUS. Okay, so if you are doing a similar course, all right, overseas, and there is a similar course in NUS, you can request for the course to be met, all right, provided there needs to be a substantial amount of overlap, all right, in terms of the content, all right. Okay, so there is no rigid set of courses that you can map, all right, but as long as there is something in NUS, all right, that is comparable, you can map it. Okay, so for PHS itself, okay, we do have, if I go back to the slide, okay, if I go back to this slide, you would be able to see, all right, under the elective courses, the very last one, PHS 4991, Exchange Enrichment Level 4000. That is a dummy code, all right, where our PHS students may choose to read farm science related courses overseas, all right, which is not, there is no similar course in NUS, all right, but you can actually request, all right, for approval for it to be mapped to PHS 4991 if it is pharmaceutical science related, and then it can also be fulfilling the one of your primary major elective course. All right. Okay, so it may be a lot for you, all right, at this point in time, but not to worry. Okay, next year, all right, sometime, end of July or early August, all right, I will have another session with the whole class, all right, to share more, all right, about SEP application. Okay. Okay, let me see. There are other questions. Okay, if you would like to apply for PHS as second major, okay, for PHS second major, as I've mentioned, it is a restricted second major. So you are not allowed to declare, all right, but you have to put in an application. Okay, all right, you will need to put in an application. So you will need to take PHS 1101. Okay, so let's say if you were to take PHS 1101 in semester one, all right, then of course, okay, you can apply for the second major, put in your second major application at the end of uh, the semester one, okay, if you would like to. Okay, that is possible. So look out for um, the emails, all right, that when is the window, all right, for you to put in the application. Okay, so if you did not manage to read PHS 1101 in semester one of your year one, you can also read it in semester two and then put in your application, all right, in semester two while you are reading your 1101. Okay, all right, so that is possible. All right. So after declaring PHS as second major or PHS, sorry, not declaring, but applying, if you're successfully admitted into PHS as second major or minor, all right, and subsequently you realize that, oh, you want to change your mind, okay, or you are not able to complete the second major or minor, all right, due to various reasons, all right, you can certainly drop it as well. Okay, all right. Whether you can drop it and change it to a minor, okay, generally, we would look at it on a case by case basis. All right. Okay, so if you are successfully admitted into a PHS second program and subsequently you want to change to a minor, you would still need to write into us and we will review the change. Okay. All right. Okay, I think I have answered all the questions that I can see on the chat and the Q&A. All right. Are there any other questions, all right, from anyone? If you would like to unmute yourself to ask, all right, feel free to do so. Okay, or if you would like to type in the chat, that's fine. Okay, perhaps you are shy to ask in front of everyone. Okay, especially when there's a recording. So I guess that at this point in time, okay, before I pause and stop the recording, all right, I'd like to thank everyone again for coming to today's online briefing, and I really look forward, all right, to seeing all of you, all right, this coming August. Okay, so do keep a lookout for your emails, all right, where we will send you all the important informations as well, and also check out the Canvas folder. All right. Okay, so thank you very much. I'm going to stop the recording now, and if there are any further questions, I'll be happy to stay behind for a while.